Apologies here, a temporary interruption in our stream, but we are back. If you missed it, Newark tallied 4 times in the top of the 5th, now leading 4-1. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning in Jamestown. Skylar DeFer remains on the hill. Jacob Hammond, the third baseman, winds one into left field. A one-hopper drops down in front of Bo Hao Huang. 1 out single here for Hammond. That'll bring up Tolly Filote, left fielder for the Jamestown Jammers. The set from DeFer, the pitch, nubbed one down towards the coach's box third base line. It'll drop before Chingwei Sen can get there. 0-1 the count. No action in the Pilots bullpen. Skylar DeFer cruising along here, now pitching with a lead for the first time. 1 out, runner on first base is Jake Hammond. Here's the delivery. Filote tries to bunt. That will be foul. 0-2 the count now. Seems like Filote has at least showed bunt every single time he's come to the plate in this series. Drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. Very fast runner is Filote from Faulkner State Junior College in Alabama. Hammond takes his lead at first. The 0-2 pitch from DeFer. Off-speed pitch misses outside. DeFer giving up just 1 run on 4 hits. Only 2 strikeouts. A pitch to contact guy as advertised. And a slider running in. Hammond barely moves the bat, makes contact with the ball there. 1-2 is the count. Again, would like to apologize. We experienced some technical difficulties in the top half of the inning. We are back streaming live from Jamestown, New York. Pilots hold a 4-1 lead here in the 5th inning. 1 out here, 1-2 count to the number 9 hitter, Tolly Filote. DeFer comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses downstairs, 2-2. DeFer tried to get him to chase. Filote didn't offer. DeFer using that 2-seam fastball to his advantage, inducing quite a bit of contact, but nothing has been hit too hard as Filote fouls that one off. Fights it out of play over the Jammers' dugout. Count remains 2-2. Five ground ball outs here for DeFer working in the 5th inning. And that one runs inside, gets by the catcher Vukovic, and Hammond will advance to second standing up. Count will run full on Filote as that wild pitch gets away from DeFer. Full count, number 9 hitter. Filote has worked 2 walks in this series already, 1 back in the 3rd inning. Hammond takes a lead from second. The 3-2 pitch. Very late swing from Filote. Backdoor breaking ball there from DeFer. Fouled off towards the on-deck circle here. Standing in there on that on-deck circle, Skylar Valentine, leadoff hitter for the Jammers. Now Dan Vukovic will go out to have a word with DeFer. Big, lanky right-hander has pitched admirably tonight in his Newark Pilots debut. Vukovic retreats now back behind the plate. Runner in scoring position. It's Jake Hammond. 1 out single. He stands on second base. Full count pitch. DeFer bounces that one. And Filote will draw another walk. Very patient hitter. Has not recorded an official at-bat today. Had just 2 yesterday. Reached base without the benefit of a hit 4 times in this series. Impressive patience from the left fielder for the Jammers. Now stepping in, it'll be Skylar Valentine. 0-for-1, had a sacrifice bunt that moved Filote from second to third in that 3rd frame. Hunter Jones followed it with a sacrifice fly. That was the only run for the Jammers in this ballgame. First pitch, breaking ball. Valentine way out in front of that one. Swing and a miss for strike 1. DeFer has done a good job changing speeds as well, going with a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. The 0-1 fastball changes the eye level there. Valentine foul tips it into the glove of Vukovic. Holds on for strike 2. Defer has used the slider very well. A little bit quicker of his 2 breaking balls. Has slowed it down with the overhand curveball. Tall, lanky right-hander, 6'6", has great downward plane on his pitches. The 0-2 set. Here's the pitch. Slider that time misses downstairs. Count runs to 1-2. Center fielder from UTSA, Skylar Valentine. 1 for 3 in last night's contest, 0 for 1 today. But a very valuable sac bunt. 1-2 pitch, fastball grounded beyond the shortstop into left field. Wang coming up on it, and Hammond will be given the stop sign at third base. And the Jammers have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 5th. Newark had 4 runs cross the plate in the top of the 5th. Jamestown trying to get a couple of their own, trailing by 3 here. Go ahead run at the plate. It is Hunter Jones, the shortstop. Had a sacrifice fly, lofted a fly ball to center field. It scored Tolly Filete, only run of the game for the Jamestown Jammers here so far. Defer will work out of the windup. 1 out here, top of the 5th. Ground ball right to Defer. He'll go to the plate. Vukovic squeezes it for the out. Throw on to first base, and they get Jones. Skylar Defer gets out of a jam here. Jammers don't tally anything, and they leave 3 on base. Newark still holding a 4-1 lead. We'll head to the 6th inning here in Jamestown. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. We'd like to take this moment to thank some of our sponsors. Lions National Bank, so many branches in Wayne County. Go ahead and go in on the one today. Lions National Bank. Also the Omen Theater, longest continuously operating theater in North America, on William Street in Lyons, currently showing Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. It's a great film. Go see it tomorrow. The Omen Theater on William Street in Lyons. We're going to take a quick break here. Top of the 6th coming up after this. Back here in Jamestown, top of the 6th inning about to get started. Left-hander Bradley Griggs' day is done after 5 innings. Struck out 5, walked 2, gave up 6 hits and 4 runs, all of them earned. All 4 of those runs tallied in the top half of the 5th inning. New pitcher will be right-hander Steve Simmons. Pilots had 7 hitters come to the plate. RBIs from Mark Tomosa, Luke Reynolds, Bo-Hao Huang. And here's the first pitch to Adam Turner. Right fielder getting his 3rd at-bat of the day. Struck out back in the 2nd, had a single in the 4th. And the 1-0 delivery to Turner catches the black of the plate there. Count moves to 1-1. Simmons into his motion. Turner fouls it off. A little bit late on that one, sending it down past the Pilots' dugout and out of play. Simmons ahead in the count, 1-2. Adam Turner, right fielder from Saginaw Valley State. And a breaking ball, Turner, check swing, appeal down to first base. They'll say he didn't go. That will even the count at 2-2 here. Adam Turner, leadoff hitter, top of the 6th inning. And here's the delivery from Simmons. Off-speed pitch, gets Turner out in front of it, and he'll be set down for the first out here in the 6th. Dan Vukovic will step in. Struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. Catcher from Holy Cross starting in his first game here for the Pilots. And the first pitch from Simmons. Fastball downstairs. Catcher Dan Vukovic. It's called a very good game for Skylar Defer tonight. Vukovic, very strong kid, 6 feet tall, 220 pounds. And he grounds one out to Hunter Jones, fields it on 2 hops. The shortstop throws onto first base, retiring Vukovic for out number 2. Simmons working efficiently here, needing just 7 pitches to retire the first 2 Pilots. First reliever called on for Jamestown. No action down in the Pilots bullpen. It appears Skylar Defer will remain in the ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Brendan Harrison steps up, takes a first pitch fastball from Simmons right down the pipe for strike 1. Harrison started things off in that rally in the 5th inning with a leadoff single, as Simmons bounces that 0-1 pitch in there, evening the count here. The big first baseman from Saginaw Valley State as well, Brendan Harrison, takes a look at another breaking ball outside. Simmons trying to attack Harrison soft away, knowing he's a very powerful hitter. 3 home runs in the spring. Simmons misses again, this time a fastball downstairs. 3-1. Brendan Harrison, not the hitter you want to fall behind here, especially with 2 outs. Kellen McCormick waits in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Harrison sends it out to second base. Pickering gets it on 1 hop and throws on to first base there for the 3rd out. Pilots retired in order. No one left on base. No hits, no errors in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Newark holding a 4-1 lead. You're listening to the Pilots Radio Network. And we return here in Jamestown. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. My name is Max Gross, bringing you the 2nd game here in this 2-game set. Newark looking for the sweep, leading 4-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Right-hander Skylar Defer giving up just 1 run here through 5 innings pitched. He'll return to the hill here. Pitched himself out of a huge jam in the 5th. Here's the first delivery to shortstop Hunter Jones. Misses inside. Jammers loaded the bases with just 1 out. Defer able to induce a tapper from Skylar Valentine as Hunter Jones skies one to left field. Bo Hao Huang backing up, step in front of the track, and it'll fall into his glove for the first out. And it'll be Vinny Malaro, designated hitter, That last batter was C.J. Pickering. Correction there. But back in that 5th inning, Defer got Hunter Jones to tap one right back to him. He threw it to Vukovic, who stepped on the plate and then threw on to first for the 1-2-3 double play. No runs for the Jammers in the inning. And first pitch to Malaro, bloops one into right field. McCormick going back, Turner running in, and it'll fall in between them. Vinny Malaro bloops one there for his first base hit of the season, breaking a mini 0-for-6 slump. One out here. Runner on first base is Malaro. Stepping in will be Ben Brookover, first baseman. 0-for-2 on the night. Ground out back in the 2nd inning. Flew out to the center fielder Sharp back in the 4th. Defer out of the stretch. First delivery. Off-speed pitch called strike. Brookover wanted nothing to do with that one. Brookover 0-for-6. Another player out of UTSA. Played in 36 games in the spring. Hit just 184 as the 0-1 delivery from Defer misses upstairs. 1-1 the count here. Working in the bottom of the 6th inning, Defer has induced 5 ground ball outs as Brookover fouls that one out of play into the front row of the bleachers there on the first base side. Right-hander Max Ludka loosening in the pen for the Pilots. Like I was saying, Defer has 5 ground ball outs in the ball game. Another ground ball here could mean an ending double play. He's ahead in the count, 1-2 on Brookover. 1-2 pitch. Slider misses downstairs. Dan Vukovic signals my bad. Didn't catch that one with the best form there. Good frame. Might have gotten a strike 3 call. Another set from Defer. Brookover lines it to center field right at Chris Sharp, who makes the catch for out number 2. Skylar Defer cruising along here. Aiden McDermott will step in. Only 79 pitches here for Skylar Defer, working in the 6th inning. Native of Water Valley, Mississippi, one of 3 right-handed pitchers joining us from Northeast Mississippi Community College. First pitch breaking ball to McDermott, lined into center field, and it'll bounce in front of Chris Sharp. He boxes it up to keep the ball in front of him. Another base hit here for the Jammers. 2 runners on. Bottom of the 6th inning, Newark still holding a 4-1 lead. Second base hit given up here by Defer. Here in this 6th inning, 7 total. But the Jammers have tallied just 1 run. That came on a sacrifice fly from Hunter Jones back in the 3rd inning. Nick Garland will step in, the catcher for the Jammers. First pitch, jam shot out to third base. Chingwei Sen charges, throw takes Harrison up the line, tag applied there, and the side will be retired. We're through 6. Newark holds a 4-1 lead. We're going to take a break here on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Moving right along here, top of the 7th inning about to begin. Pilots leading 4-1. Tallied 4 times back in the 5th inning. Number 8 hitter Kellen McCormick will lead off here for the Pilots, facing right-hander Steve Simmons from Kalamazoo College. Worked a 1-2-3 6th inning. Back out here again for the Jamestown Jammers. McCormick grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. Played with the Holy Cross Crusaders in the spring. Jamestown grounds crew doing a quick rake job out there beyond third base, smoothing out the dirt. Field drained very nicely after that downpour in the middle of last night's ball game. Diamond looking very pristine here tonight. Sun is setting. Very little cloud cover overhead, been the case the entire ball game. Now Simmons into his motion. First pitch to McCormick, first pitch swinging. Sends a liner towards the right center gap. Skylar Valentine will corral it. McCormick takes a big turnaround first, throw in. Gets away from Hunter Jones at second base. Steve Simmons alertly backs it up. McCormick will be on with a leadoff single. First hit of the season for the second baseman from Holy Cross. No outs here. Ching-Wei Sen, number 9 hole hitter, steps in. Infield single on a hit and run play back in the 5th. Part of that big rally for the Pilots. Sen is yet to be retired here in the ball game tonight. First pitch from Simmons. Sen swinging, pops it up along the infield. Hunter Jones runs inside the cut of the grass and squeezes it for the out. That'll be 1 down here. Pilots will flip the order over. It'll be Chris Sharp. 0 for 1, drew a walk back in the 5th. Also scored a run for the Pilots. Sharp out of Massachusetts Lowell. One for 4 on the season. Had a base hit in the 8th inning of last night's ball game. McCormick takes his lead from first. Right as he extends it just a bit, Simmons picks over, but McCormick will get back. Max Ludka, the right-hander from Saginaw Valley State, continues to throw down in the bullpen. Could be the end of the line here for Skylar Defer. And a fastball on the outside corner, snap throw down to first base. McCormick gets back in time, pitch is called a strike to Chris Sharp. 0-1 the count here to the center fielder, Steve Simmons, righty from Kalamazoo College. And the 0-1 delivery to Sharp, skied out to left field. Filote settles under it, has trouble seeing it now, runs in, makes a diving catch. And they say no, they say he trapped it. McCormick will dive into second base, just beating a throw. Looked like Filote camped under that ball in left field. It appeared he lost it in the field lighting. Shortstop Hunter Jones tried to help him out, was pointing up at the ball. Filote charged in, very nearly makes an impressive diving catch. Field umpire ruling that it bounced before it went into Filote's glove. So that'll be a single for Chris Sharp. Second hit here of the 2016 campaign. That'll bring up Mark Tomosa. Got the scoring going for the Pilots back in the 5th inning. Had a 2 RBI single. 1 for 3 on the ball game. Simmons checks the runner. McCormick at second now. Goes to the plate. Breaking the ball. Catches the outside corner there. Tomosa down 0-1. Shortstop from Massachusetts Lowell. Just finished his freshman season. Simmons keeping an eye on McCormick. Now goes to the plate. Another breaking ball. This one misses downstairs. Kellen McCormick pestering Simmons, dancing around out there as he takes his lead off of second base. Sharp is the runner at first, 1 out here, top of the 7th inning. Pilots have a 4-1 lead. Here's the set from Simmons. 1-1 delivery to Tomosa. Fastball misses outside as Simmons doctors the mound with his cleat. Looked like he slipped a little bit there as he planted on that last pitch. Lutka still loosening. Was warming up in the 9th inning of last night's contest, but Brian Dolan shut the door. 2-1 delivery to Tomosa. Popped up on the infield. Umpires announce infield fly rule, but Ben Brookover will make the catch. That'll be the second out. Tomosa is retired. Luke Reynolds steps up to the plate, third baseman from Mississippi State. 1 for 3. Followed Tomosa's 2 RBI single with a run-scoring hit of his own. Also had an RBI in last night's game. Reynolds was thrown out trying to take an extra base. Garland got him at third after a pitch in the dirt. First pitch, breaking ball from Simmons. Snap throw down to first base. They throw behind the runner, Chris Sharp. Very nearly got him. Some upset fans here in the crowd at Russell Dietrich Park thought they had picked off Chris Sharp at first base. Now Coach Barone will come out with a protest and jogging out to talk to the field umpire here. Chris Sharp took a big secondary lead there. Garland showing that he's not afraid to throw down, trying to keep these runners at bay. And Barone will trot back to the dugout, not changing the mind of the field umpire here. 1-0 is the count. Luke Reynolds, designated hitter. 1 for 3 in tonight's ball game. 2 for 7 here in this 2-game set against the Jammers. Left-handed hitter has taken some healthy cuts. The 1-0 pitch swung on, popped up to left field. Filote backing up, coming in now. Diving again, the ball bounces off his glove. McCormick will score. Sharp rounds third. He will score. And another mistake from the left fielder, Tolly Filote. 2-run score. Again, it appeared like he was settled under that ball. Charged in late as he lost it in the lights. Very nearly again made an impressive diving catch. This one bounced off of his glove. Didn't trap this one. Bounced off the edge of the glove there. Luke Reynolds, standing on second base, drove in 2 runs there. McCormick and Sharp scored. Waiting for a ruling from the official scorer on that one. 6-1 Newark leads. 2 outs here in the 7th. That'll bring up Bo-Hao Huang. Played at Fujian Catholic in Taiwan. Huang 1 for 3. Had a fielder's choice RBI in the 4-run 5th. Huang sends this one out to the gap, left center field. Filote going back. He can't see another one. It'll fall in front of him. Reynolds will score. Huang slides into second. RBI double. The Pilots are really giving Tolly Filote some trouble out there in left field. Another ball he just could not see out there. Lost it in the field lights. 7-1 Newark leads. Bo-Hao Huang records his second hit. An extra base hit here for the Pilots. And that is actually the first extra base hit of the season for the Newark Pilots. Bo-Hao Huang having a heck of a debut. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. And after a quick mound visit, Steve Simmons back up on top of the hill. Adam Turner will step in now. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt. Garland able to keep it in front of him. That'll be ball 1, missing downstairs. Adam Turner 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 4th. Struck out in his other 2 at-bats. The 1-0 pitch from Simmons. Foul tipped into the glove. Turner a little bit late on that one, evening the count here. Pilots have tallied 3 runs in this inning, leading Jamestown 7-1. 3 fly balls misplayed, lost in the lights by the left fielder Tolly Filote for the Jammers, leading to these runs scored. Ball 2 upstairs. Fastball just above the letters to Turner. Working ahead in the count now. Simmons comes set, checks the runner, Huang out at second, extends his lead, comes to the plate, fastball down the middle, taken for a strike by Turner. After that 4th inning single, Turner stole a base. Right fielder from Saginaw Valley State, trying to avoid a 3rd strikeout here in tonight's ball game. Simmons checks the runner, now to the plate, bounces this one. Huang will take 3rd, slides in safely. Catcher Nick Garland was already headed towards the dugout. I thought he had nailed Huang at 3rd. Simmons threw that pitch about 55 feet. Garland did everything he could to keep it in front of him, kicked up off the chest protector, and over towards that on-deck circle on the 3rd base side. Huang now 90 feet away from scoring a run. Full count pitch here coming from Simmons. Turner grounds it towards the shortstop. 2 hops to Hunter Jones. He'll throw on to first base, and that will retire the side. 3 runs come across on some defensive miscues, not ruled errors. Pilots lead this one 7-1 as we head to the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back after this short break. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Back here in Jamestown, Pilots leading the Jammers 7-1, looking to complete a 2-game sweep to start off this 2016 summer season. Skylar Defer's day is done after a valiant effort. Defer went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 7 hits, worked out of trouble a couple times, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Right-hander Max Ludka will be making his first appearance of the season for the Pilots. Warmed up in the 9th inning of last night's game, but was not needed. He'll face Jake Hammond to start off the bottom of the 7th inning here. Hammond 1 for 2 in the ball game. Jammers have registered 7 hits, but just 1 run has crossed the plate here. And Ludka goes into the windup. Here's the first pitch. Fastball paints the black there for strike 1 to Hammond. Coach Edmondson directing his fielder, shading a bit left. Shortstop Tomosa moving over, as well as the left fielder Huang. Communication with both Bohao Huang and Qingwei Sen has been an interesting topic. We'll get to that in a second. As Hammond pops one up to left field, Huang settles under it and he'll make the catch. Both Huang and Sen speak very limited English. The only means of communication since the two have arrived has actually been the Google Translate app. That's the best way to talk to these kids. Both speak Chinese. Tali Filete will step in, taking the first pitch from Ledka for a strike. Filete walked twice here in the ball game. Shows bunt like he has in every single at-bat in the series. That ball gets under Dan Vukovic, the catcher, going to the backstop, evening the count here at 1-1. But it's been a very interesting challenge trying to communicate through this language barrier with these two kids from Taiwan. 1-1 delivery gets away from Ledka, missing up and away, running the count to 2-1. Bottom of the 7th inning here, Pilots holding a 7-1 lead. Sen playing even with the base at third, protecting against the bunt, as Ledka gets that one over on the inner half. Strike 2. Ledka into the windup now, the 2-2 delivery to Filete. Slows it down with the breaking ball, caught just at the knees by Vukovic. Doesn't get the call, however, and that'll run the count full. Has happened in all 3 at-bats for Filete tonight. Ledka back on top of the hill, and again, misses upstairs. Filete takes his 3rd walk of the ball game. Remains 0 for 0 tonight, no official at-bats. 4th walk of the series taken by the left fielder from Faulkner State Junior College. That'll flip over the lineup card. Center fielder Skylar Valentine steps in. Ledka staring down Filete at first base as Valentine gets settled in the box. Here's the set from Ledka. And the first pitch to Valentine, fastball just misses there on the outside corner. Valentine has the early 1-0 advantage. Ledka made 14 appearances in the spring for Saginaw Valley State. 3 of them starts. 4.67 ERA. As the runner Filete takes off, Valentine deposits one into right field. Sliding effort from Turner gets by him. Filete will round second, and he'll have to stop at third, held up on that ball as it was hanging in the air for a while. Gets by Adam Turner. Valentine will stop at second base here. So Filete moving on the play, forced to pause on the line drive, softly hit to right field. Turner did everything he could there, sliding for it, lets it squeak by, and that'll be a rule, the base hit for Skylar Valentine. Hunter Jones, shortstop out of North Carolina Charlotte, will step in. And here's the pitch from Ledka. Looked like Jones was taking that one all the way, barely got the bat off his shoulder. Jones hitless in this ball game. Drove in the only run on a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd. Ledka working out of the windup. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Jones. Breaking ball in the dirt, gets by Vukovic. Filete will score standing up, and Jamestown cuts into this deficit. It's now 7-2. Ball that got away from Ledka has been a little bit wild so far, having a couple pitches that he uncorked to the backstop. That'll move Skylar Valentine up to third base. Count is 1-1 here to Jones. Ledka still out of the windup. Fastball fouled straight back. Ledka ahead in the count now, 1-2. Ledka primarily used as a long reliever for Saginaw Valley State in the spring. Into the windup, here's the 1-2 to Jones. Fastball, skied to center field. Chris Sharp charging in. He will lay out, won't make the catch. Hunter Jones rounding first as Valentine steps on the plate for the 3rd run. Jones will be held up. RBI single. 2 balls not hit very hard in this inning, but 2 base hits for the Jammers, and they've tallied twice here off of Ledka with just 1 out. 7-3 is the score now. RBI single from Hunter Jones. That'll bring up C.J. Pickering. 1 for 3 in tonight's game. 2 for 7 on the series. First pitch from Ledka. Fastball misses just off the plate. Vukovic tried his best to frame it there. Did not get the call. Ledka falls behind. the number 3 hitter here for the Jammers. Ludka checks the runner, now goes to the plate, pitch fouled off, out of play on the third base side. Pickering out in front of that one. Count even 1-1. Newark still has a comfortable 7-3 lead. Runner on first base is Hunter Jones. And a ground ball straight to the 6 hole. Rolling into left field. Another base hit here. C.J. Pickering gets his second hit of the ball game. 3 straight singles here for the Jammers. Trying to make things interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. Skylar Defer, the starter for the Pilots, went 6 innings, gave up just 1 run. And I'm sure the Jammers are glad he got out of the game. Scoring 2 runs already with 2 runners on base, just 1 out here in the 7th. And catcher Willa Loco heading down to the bullpen in full gear. Someone will be getting loose soon for the Pilots. Ludka checks the runner at second, that's Jones. Now goes to the plate. Breaking ball. Downstairs, called for a strike on Vinny Milaro. Couple words for home plate umpire Pete Halagelis. Not happy that that one was called a strike. Milaro had a bloop single back in the 6th. Struck out and flew out in the ball game. Now Vukovic will head to the mound to have a word with Ludka. Very talented hitter, junior Vinny Milaro. Designated hitter in tonight's ball game. Was in last night's game as well. Playing at the University of Buffalo, .351 average, 13 home runs. Brought home 52 to the plate back in the spring. Very dangerous hitter. Hit a couple balls very far to left field last game, even though he was 0 for 4. 0-1 delivery from Ludka. Down in the dirt, Vukovic keeps it in front of him. Evens the count at 1-1. Some light stretching going on down there in the Newark bullpen. Ludka has a 1-1 count to the designated hitter Milaro. 1 for 3 in the ball game tonight, 1 for 7 on the series. Ludka checks the runner Jones at second, now goes to the plate. Fastball paints the black there. 1-2 is the count. Ludka working ahead to Milaro. Milaro has 3 strikeouts in this series already. Down in the count 1-2 here to Ludka. The right-hander checks the runner. Tomosa moves in behind him. Ludka will step off here. It started off Milaro with a breaking ball. Called for a strike, well below the knees. Milaro visibly upset. Ludka likes to slow it down on that curveball. Wouldn't be a bad pitch to go to here in this 1-2 count. Ludka toes the slab, the slide step to the plate. Fastball fouled straight back out of play by Milaro. Battling here, down 1-2 in the count. Moving right along here, 2 hours and 15 minutes into this game, bottom of the 7th inning. Relatively good pace. Ludka comes set, the 1-2 delivery to Milaro, breaking ball. Milaro swings, lofting it onto left field. Bo-Hao Huang settles under it, he'll make the catch. We saw in the top half of this inning, left fielder Tali Filote had a lot of trouble with those lights, misplaying 3 fly balls out there. Bo-Hao Huang didn't seem to have any trouble on that one, however. Milaro is set down. That'll bring Ben Brookover to the plate. Still looking for his first hit here in the series, 0 for 7. Light hitting first baseman from UTSA will come up to the plate. 2 runners on base. C.J. Pickering standing at first. Hunter Jones taking his lead out there at second base. Both Jammers recorded hits in this inning off of Max Ludka. First pitch to Brookover, fouls it straight back. High over the press box, actually landing right on top of me here. 0-1 to Brookover. Brookover flied out to center field in each of his last 2 at-bats in the 4th and 6th inning. Faced Starter Skylar Defer 3 times without a hit, getting his first look at Max Ludka now in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 pitch misses upstairs. Count runs even here. Right-hander Max Ludka making his Newark Pilots debut. Dan Vukovic going through the sequence of signs. Ludka comes set. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Brookover. And a chopping ground ball bounces over Brendan Harrison at first base. Hunter Jones will round third. He's going to score. Turner's throw cut off by Harrison. And Pickering advances to third. Another base hit here. Ben Brookover finally gets on the board. 1 for 8 now on the series. Driving in a run. 7-4 now. Each team tallied 3 times here in the 7th inning. Runners on first and third. Right fielder Aiden McDermott steps in. Had a single back in the 6th inning. McDermott does represent the tying run. Jammers have tallied 4 runs in the ballgame on 11 hits. Ludka comes set now, working out of the stretch. Gets McDermott to chase one above his hands there for strike 1. "11 hits here for the Jammers, all singles. Ludka working ahead on the right fielder, McDermott. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Another high fastball, this one fouled straight back. Vukovic going back, does not have a play as that one floats over the net here. 0-2, Ludka working ahead. Working in some trouble here, bottom of the 7th inning. Runner on third base is C.J. Pickering. Ben Brookover stands at first, taking his lead. Ludka checks both runners, comes set. The 0-2 to McDermott. Fastball downstairs, delayed steal by Brookover. Vukovic will pump fake. No throw, however, and Brookover is in standing up. 1-2 the count now. Jammers have 2 runners in scoring position. Pilots had a 6-run lead entering the inning. Max Ludka making things a little bit closer. 2 runners in scoring position. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. McDermott waves at it for strike 3, and Ludka works out of a jam. Jammers do tally 3 runs, cutting into the Newark lead. Pilots still out in front, 7-4, and we'll head to the 8th inning. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. And we return to the action here in Jamestown. Newark Pilots holding a 7-4 lead. New pitcher on the hill is right-hander Corey Blessing, wearing number 5. First hitter will be Dan Vukovic for the Pilots. Dan is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out in the ballgame. Each team scored 3 runs in the 7th inning. Pilots taking advantage of 3 defensive miscues. Fly balls to the left fielder Filote lost in the lights, allowing 3 runs to score. The Jammers strung together some hits off of the first reliever for the Pilots, Max Ludka, stringing together singles, and they scored 3 runs. 7-4 is where we sit. Top of the 8th inning. Second reliever used by the Jammers tonight will be Blessing. Here's his first pitch to Vukovic. Misses upstairs. Blessing relieving Steve Simmons, who logged 2 innings, gave up the 3 runs in the 7th. Vukovic swings on, drives one to left field, sneaks by Filote as he dives to the wall. Vukovic rounds first, and he'll go into second standing up. That'll be a double. Sharp line drive out there. Long day for Filote out there continues as he dove to try to stop that ball from getting by him, but with no luck. And it rolls to the fence. Second double in the ball game for the Pilots. Dan Vukovic stands on second base here, no outs. First baseman Brendan Harrison steps in. Grounded out to the second baseman Pickering back in the 7th. Started things off in the 5th with a leadoff single, an inning where the Pilots tallied 4 runs. Corey Blessing greeted by a leadoff double from catcher Dan Vukovic. Stretch from Blessing, breaking ball misses downstairs. 1-0 is the count to Brendan Harrison. Big first baseman from Saginaw Valley State facing Corey Blessing. Blessing checks Vukovic at second. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Now they have Vukovic caught in a rundown between second and third. Blessing still has the ball, chasing Vukovic back. He's tagged out. Harrison gets to first, takes a big turn, but he will head back. Out recorded on the tag as Blessing tosses it to the shortstop, Hunter Jones. 1-6 is the putout if you're scoring at home. So Harrison, lone runner on base, stands at first, 1 out here in the 8th. It'll be Kellen McCormick due up. He started off the Pilots rally with a leadoff single in the last frame. First pitch to McCormick, fastball, fouled straight back. Might have gotten a piece of the catcher, Garland. McCormick 1 for 3, hailing from Holy Cross, originally from Illinois. McCormick just finished his sophomore season with the Crusaders. Here's the set from Blessing. 0-1 delivery. Gets a breaking ball over for strike 2. Holy Cross finished 30-27 in the regular season. Great run in the Patriot League, finishing second with a 14-6 conference record. Just 1 game behind the eventual champion Navy. Blessing comes set, the 0-2. Breaking ball downstairs. McCormick just gets a piece of it, and it gets a piece of home plate umpire Pete Halagelis. Garland will give him a little bit of time to walk it off. Navy midshipmen will be participating in the NCAA Regionals starting tomorrow. Always an exciting day in college baseball. Still 0-2 to McCormick. Right-hander Corey Blessing working his first inning here for the Jammers. No one throwing down in the Newark bullpen. Some light stretching going on for the Jammers and theirs. 0-2 delivery to McCormick, fights it off, chopping one foul out of play down the first base side. Blessing has an interesting delivery, throwing his left arm, that front arm, up very high, allowing him to create some downward plane when his follow arm comes through. 0-2 ahead of McCormick. Has fought off the last 2 pitches. Still 0-2. Brendan Harrison Very small lead at first base. First baseman, not much of a threat to run. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1-2 now the count to the second baseman, McCormick. Quick glance at the out-of-town scoreboard here. On night number 2 of the PGCBL season, Socrates holds a 9-7 lead over the Amsterdam Mohawks. That game in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-2, and McCormick swings over the top of it. Blessing gets him with a breaking ball there. 2 outs now in the inning. Number 9 hitter Ching-Wei Sen will step in, 1 for 2. Had a walk in the 3rd and an infield single in the 5th. Flew out to the shortstop Hunter Jones in the 7th. Victor leads Adirondack 9-0 that game also in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Sen, right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Third baseman from Taiwan coming to the plate for the 4th time here in the 8th inning. And Harrison fakes like he's going to run, and they pick him off at first base. Harrison, with the running secondary lead, didn't get back in time. Nick Garland finally gets someone on that back pick move. So Harrison thrown out at first. That'll retire the side here in the 8th inning. Newark still holding on to a 7-4 lead. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up after this. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Back at it here in Jamestown. Newark leading 7-4, trying to sweep this 2-game set to open the season over the Jamestown Jammers. Albany Dutchman leading the Glens Falls Dragons 5-0 that game in the 8th inning. Max Ledka gave up 3 runs in the 7th. Back out there again for the Pilots. Nick Garland will lead things off. Starting catcher here. Takes strike 1 from Ledka. Garland just finished the inning, picking off Brendan Harrison, creeping off of first base. Ledka into the windup. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Garland reaches for it, skies it out to center field. Chris Sharp takes a couple steps in, and he'll make the catch to record the first out here. Jake Hammond will step in, 1 for 3 in tonight's game. Third baseman from Moorhead State. Played 35 games for the Eagles in the spring, hit just 200, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Hammond hitting left-handed here. Ledka into the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses way outside there, falling behind. And Vukovic will go out and have a quick word with his pitcher, Ledka. The right-hander has uncorked a couple wild ones here. Coach Edmondson showing confidence in his young right-hander, though, sending him out for a 2nd inning of work after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Ledka taking his time, and Hammond will call for a timeout there. And Ledka into the motion now. Here's his 1-0 to Hammond. And that one misses downstairs. 2-0 is the count. Jammers scored on a passed ball and then 2 RBI singles from Jones and Brookover in that bottom of the 7th. And now the 2-0 delivery to Hammond. Ludka gets that one over the plate for a strike. Count moves to 2-1 here. Jammers do have a right-hander throwing down in their pen. Here's the pitch to Hammond. Swung on, fouled, gets a piece of Dan Vukovic. That'll roll to the backstop. 2-2 now. The count on Hammond. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Jammers making quite a bit of contact. Only been struck out 4 times here in this ball game. Newark pitching to contact here tonight. And the 2-2 pitch to Hammond fouls that one off. To me, there's really no difference between a strikeout, ground out, a flyout. All the outs count the same. Pitching to contact is never a bad idea. Keeps the entire defense involved and in the game. Skylar Defer, the starter, did a great job of that for 6 innings for the Pilots tonight. Here's the 2-2 from Ludka. Off-speed pitch way upstairs. That one gets to the backstop. Count runs full here on Jake Hammond. Ludka making his first appearance here for the Pilots. Struggling with control here just a hair. Full count here to the number 8 hitter Jake Hammond. The pesky Tolly Filote awaits in the on-deck circle. And here's the kick and the 3-2 pitch. Gets him swinging. Max Ludka retires Hammond for out number 2 here in the 8th inning. First strikeout of the summer for Max Ludka. Tolly Filote steps in, has walked 3 times, scored a run on a pass ball back in the 7th. Ludka stares him down, now goes into his motion. First pitch to Filote, right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Left fielder from Faulkner State down in Alabama has worked a full count in every at-bat so far tonight, with the end result being a walk each time. Now the 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss there for Filote. And Ludka is ahead of this walk machine 0-2. Filote has struck out in his only 2 official at-bats, both last night. 0-2 pitch misses just downstairs, not a bad place to put it for Ludka. 1-2 is the count. Coach Chris Edmondson sending his objections out to the home plate umpire after that one. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Ludka. Cold strike 3 on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ludka sets down the Jammers in order. We'll head to the 9th inning. Pilots leading 7-4. Would like to take this time to thank some more of our sponsors. The Omen Theater, the best movie theater in Wayne County, longest continuously operating theater in North America. Go see a movie at the Omen Theater on William Street in Lyons. We'll be back after this short break here on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. And we're back here, top of the 9th inning. Pilots holding a 7-4 lead over the Jamestown Jammers. Getting their last ups here. New pitcher will be right-hander Kyle Ackley out of Iona College. And the first pitch to Ching-Wei Sen misses downstairs. Ackley appeared in 25 games for the Gales, 1-2 record, 9.33 ERA. Throwing from that sidearm slot. Ching-Wei Sen takes a whiff at the 1-0 offering from Ackley. Count is even. Wen was standing in the batter's box when Brendan Harrison was picked off at first base by the catcher Garland. Here's the 1-1 to Sen. Ahead of that one, fouling it off down the third baseline on the ground. Sen 1 for 2 today. Drew a walk and has an infield single. Scored in the Pilots' 4-run 5th inning. Down in the count, 1-2 here. Ackley looking on, gets the sign. Now asks for Garland to repeat. Ackley throws from the same arm slot as Danny Naif, the reliever we saw last night. And a slider on the inner half freezes Sen, and he'll be called out on strikes. Chris Sharp stepping in now, center fielder from Massachusetts Lowell. Replaced Travis Cloney. Scary moment in the first inning, was hit in the head by a pitch to lead off the game. 1 for 2 tonight is Sharp as he faces Ackley. First pitch swinging sends that one foul down towards the tarp on the fence. Out of play on the third base side. Ackley throwing from the same arm slot as reliever Danny Naif out of St. John's, who threw last night for the Jammers. And some action now in the Newark bullpen. 0-1 is the count to Sharp. Off-speed pitch from Ackley misses away. 4 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 7th. That's how the Pilots have done their damage. 7 runs on 10 hits. Here's the set from Ackley. The 1-1 pitch. Sharp lines it out of play, foul down the third base line. Hit very sharply, if you will. 1-2 is the count. And it looks like Sharp might have broken his bat there. And he does. He'll get a new piece of lumber from his teammate Mark Tomosa, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Pilots trying to tally some insurance runs here, top of the 9th. Ching-Wei Sen was set down, striking out looking in his fourth plate appearance. Sharp now down 1-2. Here's the pitch from Ackley. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Garland gloves it, keeping it in front of him. Count evens up at 2-2 here. And here's the pitch. And Sharp sends that one well foul in the air towards the Jamestown bullpen. Sharp sent a high-towering fly ball to Tolly Filete, the left fielder, back in the 7th. Looked like Filete camped under it, but he actually lost it in the lights. Ball dropped in front of him for a base hit. And Ackley drops a breaking ball right in there, identical pitch to the one he rung up Sen on, and he'll get Sharp there for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts here. 4th pitcher used by Jamestown, Kyle Ackley. He'll face Mark Tomosa. 1 for 4 in tonight's game. Starting shortstop, also out of Massachusetts Lowell. 2 RBIs back in the 5th inning. Ackley steps off the mound here. It was the Jammers who got out to an early lead, tallying in the 3rd inning. Only run they would get off of Newark starter Skylar Defer. And here's the first pitch to Tomosa. Fouls it off his front foot there. Ackley working ahead 0-1. Now no action going on down there in the Pilots bullpen. It appears Max Ledka will come back out for the bottom half of the 9th inning here. Ackley up 0-1 on Emoze, asking Garland to repeat the signs yet again. Now finally comes set. The delivery. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Ackley throwing from that sidearm slot, taking a good amount off of his slider there, and as compared to his fastball. Has a 1-1 count on Emoze, runs one inside. Emoze jumps back, dodging that one. That'll move the count to 2-1. Here's the set from Ackley. 2-1 pitch. Sky to the left center field gap. Valentine chasing. Filote calls him off, and he makes the catch there. Didn't lose that one in the lights. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance here for the Jammers. Pilots leading 7-4. You're listening to the Newark Pilots Radio Network. We'll be back. Last chance here for the Jamestown Jammers. Trailing 7-4, Max Ledka through a scoreless 8th inning. After giving up 3 in the 7th, he's back out their 3rd inning of work. He will face leadoff hitter Skylar Valentine, about to dig in for the 5th time tonight. Singles in his last 2 plate appearances. 2 for 3 on the ball game. Scored a run back in the 7th inning. Getting his 2nd look here at Ledka. Ledka stands on top of the mound. Now into the motion. Here's his pitch. Catches the outside corner there. Called strike 1. 3-hour bus ride back to Newark awaits the Pilots at the conclusion of this game. Would be great to go home after 2 wins. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Valentine. Leans like he's going to swing. Takes it for a strike right at the letters. 0-2 the count. Ledka not wasting any time against the leadoff hitter from UTSA. Here's Ledka's windup. The 0-2 pitch. Change up there. Popped up foul towards the Pilots dugout. Brendan Harrison charges on to make the catch in front of that wall there. Valentine is set down for the first out here in the 9th inning. Great 0-2 pitch there by Max Ledka. Getting Valentine to swing at a pitch he didn't want to, making very soft contact. Always frustrating as a hitter to have a ball caught in foul territory for an out. Now Hunter Jones will step in. RBI single back in the 7th for the Jammers. First pitch from Ledka misses downstairs. The Jamestown faithful cheering their boys on here. They trail by 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Ledka. Right over the plate there, evening the count 1-1 to the shortstop Hunter Jones out of North Carolina, Charlotte. Jones is a sophomore. And here's the 1-1. Ground ball, Chinweng Sen dives for it. Ball gets down the line. charging on his Hwang. He'll throw it in. Jones rounds first and will walk into second base with a double. Jammers not giving up yet. Got a little something going here. Jones standing on second, one out for C.J. Pickering. Pickering registered singles in the first and back in the seventh. Trying to get 3 hits here on the night. Lutka working out of the stretch. 12 hits tonight for the Jamestown Jammers. First pitch breaking ball. Misses just upstairs. Didn't look like too bad of an offering there from Lutka. Dan Vukovic using signs on his body instead of the traditional. As that 1-0 pitch fouled back. Runner on second base, as instructed by pitching coach Kevin Smith, using those body signs, making it easier for Lutka to see. Especially in a night game, sometimes visibility is a problem for pitchers. Also not wanting the runner out there on second base to pick up on anything Lutka's doing. Lutka checks the runner, here's the 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball over the plate, gets the call this time. Looked awfully similar to the first offering to Pickering. Now 1-2 is the count to the Jammers' second baseman. Pickering 2 for 4 on the ball game with a run scored. The 1-2 delivery from Lutka. Fastball just off the outer half there, called for ball 2. Evens the count there. Some light tossing going on now in the Pilots' bullpen. Number 8, Jake Hendricks, a right-hander, tossing down there just in case. The 2-2, Lutka slows it down with a breaking ball. Pickering out in front of it, fouls it off, out of play. Pickering battling here. Jammers down to their last 2 outs, trying to avoid a season-opening sweep. Pilots won last night's contest 3-2. Zayn Reese was the winning pitcher. Right-hander Skylar Defer in line for the win tonight. Lutka comes set. Checks the runner. Jones at second now goes to the plate. Breaking ball runs inside. Missing the zone there. Count runs full. Jamestown not giving up just yet. Full count now. Number 3 hitter C.J. Pickering already has 2 hits on the ball game. Jones dances out there at second. And Lutka's 3-2 pitch just misses there off the outer half of the plate. And a 1-out walk is drawn by C.J. Pickering. And a very dangerous hitter steps in, Vinny Milaro, as assistant coach Cooper Bellier runs down to the bullpen to tell Jacob Hendricks to speed things up. Lutka in a potentially tough spot here. Facing a very powerful hitter, Vinny Milaro, hit 13 home runs in the spring for Buffalo, playing in the Mid-American Conference. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball, just below the letters, crossing the plate for a strike. Lutka working ahead of the cleanup hitter. Lutka got Milaro to fly out to the left fielder Bo Hao Hwang back in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Another breaking ball. This one misses just downstairs. Count now sits at 1-1. Milaro 1 for 8. Had a bloop single back in the 6th inning. Lutka checks the runners, comes set, and now to the plate. Milaro takes that one over the outer half. Fastball right into the glove of Dan Vukovic. 1-2 is the count now. Bottom of the 9th inning. Max Lutka protecting a 3-run lead. Ahead on Milaro, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball downstairs. Vukovic slides over to keep it in front of him. Evens the count here, 2-2. Milaro was someone Chris Edmondson was concerned about going into the series. Limited damage so far, just the 1 hit in 8 trips to the plate. Now here's the 2-2 delivery from Ludka. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Milaro rolls his eyes and he'll walk back to the dugout. The Jammers down to their last out here as Ludka registers his 4th strikeout since coming into the game back in the 7th inning. Did give up the 3 runs. Came in with a 6-run lead. Pilots with plenty of insurance. The tying run, Ben Brookover, is at the plate, however. Last opportunity here for Jamestown. Ludka looks on, gets the sign. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball called for strike 1. Brookover with an RBI single back in the 7th inning. Hunter Jones the runner on second. CJ Pickering at first. 2 outs here. The last of the 9th. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Ludka. Brookover swings over the top of it, and the Jammers have 1 strike left. Max Ludka had 0-2. Number 5 hitter Ben Brookover. 1 for 4 in tonight's ball game. Newark trying to get out of town with 2 wins here. Ludka looks on, getting the sign from Vukovic. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball downstairs, tried to get Brookover to chase. Doesn't offer. Ludka using that curveball very effectively tonight. Got Brookover to swing over the top of 1 for strike 2. Could go to it again here for the punch-up. Ludka comes set, neither runner being held. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball chopped out to the second baseman. That'll be Tomosa, throws on to first. And that'll end the ball game. Newark Pilots move to 2-0. They get the 7-4 victory here tonight, completing the 2-game sweep to open this season. Skylar Defer is the winning pitcher. He'll go to 1-0. And Griggs will get the loss. Bradley Griggs, the left-hander, he'll drop to 0-1. And a rare 3-inning save recorded by Max Ludka, closing out this ball game. Pilots tally 7 times on 10 hits, committed just 1 error. Jammers 4 runs on 12 hits, also had an error. Next broadcast will be tomorrow, 7:05 p.m., the home opener. The Pilots host the Geneva Red Wings, rekindling an old rivalry. That game will be available here on NewarkPilots.com/watch with a video stream. My name is Max Gross, signing off here from Jamestown. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow night.